Hello guys and welcome back. Today we've got a custom game. This has been submitted by Max. So Max is from the Discord channel, and this is actually his very first ranked game. He's chosen the Bohemians, playing on Arena, and is against his opponent is Draven. So Draven's actually about 800 elo at this point. Still seems to be around that sort of level. So we'll see how Max does with this game. Really impressive that he's decided to brave joining the ranked queue after playing against the AI and learning build orders and things. So anyway, let's have a little look. So we are playing on Arena, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit just to get through the initial builds. I'm only putting it up a little bit, but let's have a little look at the map. So we've got the four ibex or deer. Ibex in this particular case. Not really that much room at the back of the base to sort of expand into on this particular map for Max, but I think this neutral gold is certainly more accessible to Max, so that could really be useful later on in the game. Just pushing in some deer, or trying to, can be pretty tricky pushing in deer. I mean, even at my elo of about 1300, I still sometimes struggle with pushing deer. So fair play for attempting a little push. And then looking at the blue base for Draven, not looking too bad. Quite a nice bit of space here at the back that you can expand into for a nice healthy farm and wood eco later on in the game. Just if you want to get protected. Want to be protected. So trying to push the deer again, struggling a little bit. Can be a little bit naughty, these deer. Go for a little tour of the city there, and then giving up. Sometimes I think certainly at lower elo, it's worth just dropping a mill on these deer, especially if it's causing you idle time. If we're looking here, we're at a minute and 32 at the moment, so a minute and 32 idle time. So we don't know if that's down to trying to push these deer and just struggling. Should be okay now without getting any more idle time. Now we've got the economy up and running, but yeah, it certainly could have been part of the reason for getting that idle time. So if that does happen, sometimes it's worth just dropping a mill and collecting those with some villagers. So Draven doesn't look as though, oh no, he's tried pushing one deer, I think. Kind of got halfway to his base. I think as well, if you are going to be doing long distance collection of the deer, it's worth using 4 villagers to collect from, because as you can see there, they've had to make a trip back to drop off food, and then they're going back just collecting a little tiny bit and then having to go again. So there's quite a lot of walking, villager idle time there. So yeah, certainly do it with 4, and they'll be able to collect the whole deer and then just make the one trip back. Doing a little bit better, I think, possibly here with the deer pushing. That's not too bad at all. And going out over to stone now is Max. So he's playing as the Bohemian, so I think we could expect a Hussite wagon rush potentially. Certainly my strategy of choice on Arena for the Bohemians anyway. But yeah, we've got 5 villagers on there. Probably just have taken 1 away there. Like I said earlier, just kept those 4 on there. But in terms of idle time on the town centre, Draven's actually probably a minute less nearly. It's worth about 2 extra villagers, which you can see reflected in the villager count there at the top. Max just said he forgot his build order. But we've got stone for the Bulgarians as well, so we can potentially expect some crepos coming down for the Bulgarian player. We've got market coming up for Max, and the blacksmith is up as well. So a little bit, something went a little bit wrong with the build there, but they should have both been made pretty much about the same time, and then easily just click up but not doing too badly. Driving now, just racking up some idle TC time. Not sure what the reason for that is. But it's actually got more idle town centre time than Max has now. So interesting. It's not. Well, it's going to be about a minute behind on the idle time because of the idle time. But it says he's going to have enough stone to make 2 crepos by the time he hits the castle age. If he's lucky, he might even have enough for 3. Probably not, though. I think that's a bit of a tall ask. Max now hitting the castle age. It does have enough for the castles to go down. So still got 200 on stone. I think what you want to be doing with this one is certainly keeping them on stone. Get your defensive, if you're playing a bit more defensively, get your defensive castle in and then go forward and build a forward castle. I normally like to do 23 pop aggressive version of this. I think it's 23 or 24, can't remember. Where you just go straight forward with a forward castle. Blue putting a tower on the gold. He has got some long swordsman there just for a bit of protection. It's certainly denying that gold for the time being. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. I'm trapped. And there's only 12 wood on there as well, so we could quite quickly free that villager. It looks as though he has noticed the villager's moving around a bit. You just need to chop that. Just chop that bit of wood. There's only 12 wood on it. There we go. Crepos coming down now for the blue player. And those villagers going forward. We do have a nice little number of Hussite wagons. More and more of them are coming out as well. Draven seems to have momentarily forgotten about town centre production. It is at nearly 5 minutes idle time now, so nearly twice as many as, or twice as much as Mex. Mex does have the villager lead at this point. And 2 town centres, neither of them are producing, but does have Hussite wagons in his face. Now, what you probably want to do at this point is probably could have made the castle probably around here, and then walled, sort of panic walled, if you like, across here. And that's essentially what you want to be doing against this Hussite wagon rush. Same as with any normal castle drop, I suppose. Just wall up behind your main walls. You are obviously giving up a little bit of a map there, but just wall up along there. Certainly if you've got a castle there as well, that really helps with that. But then you want to be dropping a siege workshop, 2 if you've got enough wood, and then start making some mangonels. But Draven's certainly panicking at this point. Got quite a lot of wood villagers are standing idle a little bit. They are going onto the wood now. Probably worth taking those villagers off stone at this point, getting more on wood, and as I say, going for those mangonels, because mangonels actually absolutely shred Hussite wagons. So that's what you want to be going for to counter this strategy. Hussite wagons generally do okay in terms of being able to tank a little bit of castle and town centre fire. Certainly when you've got a mass of them you can take down town centres, but you won't be able to take down a castle, but you should be able to just quickly, just pass by them. Another thing you can do to counter this is go for a monastery, as we've got here. But if you've got redemption, if you've got stuff that can get redemption, you can go for monks and just convert some of these Hussite wagons. But certainly a nice bit of aggression by Max here. He does have 2 villager lead now. Still only on the 1 town centre. Probably would be worth potentially looking at dropping another town centre. But back home here we have got quite a lot of siege coming out. Wants to try and take that Krepos down. I think probably all he really needed to do here was perhaps have a few of the Hussite wagons just in defence, along with some spearmen or pikemen, just to counter these little whatever they're called, conics. I forgot what they're called there for a minute. Just because certainly the normal rams, Castlage rams, they're not the strongest. They're still fairly fragile. Certainly when some melee units like the conics do come in, but those Hussite wagons going down, and the blue player able to quickly get that one repaired. Just going on a little bit of a raid, trying to see if we can pick off a few villages. Nothing too concerning. It's able to pick off another couple of villages though, so it's causing a few issues. But it does have the villager lead. That's probably a lot down to the fact that there's now 20 something minutes of idle time for the blue player. Only 3 minutes for Max, so pretty good. You know, half of that was in the Dark Age, so he's not been doing too badly at all. Especially when you consider all the aggression that he's doing up here with these Hussite wagons. Obviously, you can kind of excuse the blue player for a bit of idle time because he's having to put up with this. But yeah, certainly Siege Workshop would have been best for him for defensive purposes there. More conics coming out for the blue player, trying to get a little bit of raiding in. But yeah, he's going to lose those to those Hussite wagons in the castle. So yeah, Max not doing bad. To say this is his very first ranked game. Doing particularly well actually. So, how's everything going? So we did have that forward Siege Workshop in there, that's quickly being taken down. We do have a Siege Workshop at the back here for blue, so he's going for Scorpions, probably not the best choice for countering the Hussite wagons, as I mentioned before. They do have quite a lot of HP, so they can tank the Scorpions pretty well, but more conics just coming in, trying to get some raids in, but not really achieving a huge amount there for the blue player. Red on his way to the Imperial Age, it's just about to come in, and we'll probably see some trebuchet coming out, I would have thought, from this castle, just to really start pushing in to the blue base. Yeah, there we go, we've got some trebs now, so I think once that castle's down it's going to be pretty much game over. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything I can really say about Max, other than yeah, in terms of things to work on. Potentially, I mean, he's dropping down a load of barracks now, so he's going to be going for some pikemen to back up his Hussite wagons, which is probably the right choice given the conics there. Just got to be careful with the mangonels. Certainly the mangonels good choice for countering those Scorpions. Yeah, I think the only word of advice I can probably give is just trying to get down another town centre. You can delete these walls. Perhaps you could have got another town centre down on a wood line or something. Or potentially over here, delete that lumber camp, get another town centre there, or another town centre there on the stone. And then really just start booming your economy behind this aggression. I think that's the only sort of feedback I can give, and obviously making sure your town centre's working all the time. But it's not been too bad. It's only got 4 minutes idle time, and we're sort of 45 minutes in the game, so it's not been doing too badly at all in that respect. A few conics just causing a few little issues in the base there, but again nothing major. But blue is on 2 town centres, and as we can see, he does have a villager lead because of that. But I think the damage has already been done. Damage has definitely already been done. I mean, he's got a hell of a lot of resources, blue. He's just not spending them. So again, that's probably the difference between the blue player and Mex here. Generally say, I'd probably expect Mex is probably going to be around 900 to 1000 elo, looking but from what I've seen from his play so far. So he's certainly going to be the better player out of the two. But yeah, this is something that's quite easy to kind of get into a trap of just not spending your resources. It could quite easily have got a load of barracks down, or he could have got some stables down. Just gone for light cav or pikemen to try and clear up this Hussite wagon army, as well as the mangonels that I mentioned earlier. But certainly if you've got 4 or 5 barracks or stables down and just spammed the trash units, you could quite easily get quite a big army together and take these down. It does have some light cav and some knights on in play now. Certainly has made all of his stables down here, so I didn't actually see those. So let's see. Should probably clear all this up, possibly. Do we have elite? No, we've not got elite. What's that wagon? Oh, I was not very happy. Those things are BS. Not happy about it at all. But yeah, obviously he's lost quite a few units there, but he's been able to take down all of those Hussite wagons. So if he had a bigger mass of units there, he probably could have performed a little bit better. But GG, well played for Mex. Hopefully Mex will take a lot more confidence from this game and start playing ranked a little bit more often. I expect he was quite nervous going into this game, but GG, well played. Thank you for submitting, and I shall see you on the next one.